walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for Ref's View. And boy, we've got a lot to get into. But before we do that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Check out our socials, Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL _, and on TikTok, Let's Talk Premier League. We have got an awful lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about some of the things that happened in the Premier League over the weekend. Obviously, I will give my view on the red card and the tackle on Harvey Elliott. I will also discuss Spurs. And you know, the handball, shall I say, that was given, and the Tanganga red card. We'll also go look at some of the Champions League decisions, including the one that Aaron Wan-Bissaka decided to do, and give my views on that. So as I said, a lot to get into. Get your comments in. I want to interact with you as we go through all of this. We'll be opening the lines at the end. If there's any decisions that I haven't maybe explained well enough for you, or if there's anything that I've missed, you're more than welcome to obviously come and have your say. So let's get straight into it. Let's have a look at some of the decisions. So we're going to start in the Premier League. Now, I have to emphasize, I'm not going to show any graphic pictures of the Harvey Elliott tackle because that would be ridiculous. I have got a frame before the tackle is actually done. So it's sort of midway through tackles. So that's, we're not going to go through, you know, the graphic images because you don't need to. Not for this anyway. Is a freak accident as well. Big up to Charlie. Big up to Ravi as well. Big up to both of you. So straight away, let's talk about the Harvey Elliott tackle, shall we? So a lot of people, you know, Sonny compared this to drop kicking a baby in a supermarket. Well, I can confirm it's nothing anywhere near that. One's probably attempted murder, if not murder, and the other one's a freak accident. So this one, a lot of people saying that's a scissor tackle. I completely disagree. Right? We see this tackle a lot of the time in football. We see it week in, week out. We always see these sorts of tackles. The issue with this tackle is that it's a complete and utter freak accident. It is not a red card. It's not even a booking. It's a freak accident. Right? He's won the ball, right? Obviously, the trailing leg has broken Harvey's ankle, which, you know, obviously, as we've said many times, we wish him a full and speedy recovery, of course. But this is a freak accident. These happen all the time in the Premier League. This tackle, anyway. We saw Cooper go in on Mane exactly like this. It was exactly the same tackle on Mane, but Mane didn't break his ankle, so play continued. When you're a referee, you have to take the emotion out of your decision making. That, of course, it's not easy. I've had to do it myself. It's not an easy job. It's certainly not easy to take the emotion out of things, especially when you've got someone on the floor in agony because he's just broken his ankle. Of course, these things do play on your mind. But these are professional referees. These referees are, in theory, the best in the country. Now, you can argue whether you think they are or they're not. They're refereeing in the Premier League, the biggest league in the world, right? the most watched league in the world. These are, in theory, the best referees in England. So therefore, they have to have the ability to take their emotion take out the emotion when making decisions that could be quite emotional, quite emotive. The fans were upset. The players, credit to the players, I actually thought they'd conducted themselves with dignity. Jurgen apparently had a word with the referee. I didn't like the idea of that. I'd have told Jurgen Klopp to fuck off because I'm in the middle of trying to make a decision. If Jurgen wants to talk, the fourth official is there for that. That is what the fourth official is there for. Right? The fourth official isn't just there to hold up the board to make the substitutions. The fourth official is there to answer any of the questions that an on-field referee or linesman or VAR has made. That's what he's there for. You speak to the fourth official. You never speak to the referee. He's got enough going on as it is. He's talking to VAR. He may have to go to the screen and all of this. So this, not even a red card. It wasn't even a foul, right? The reason he got sent off was to save himself, right? After he's just broken another player's ankle, the last thing he's going to want to do, or he's going to be maybe mentally ready to do, is go out onto the field of play and go out and play football again. Wasn't in the right frame of mind. What I would have probably done if I was the referee is I would have walked up to Bielsa and gone, look, I'm not sending him off, but you're probably going to want to substitute him, right? Player welfare and all of that crap, right? I don't, as a referee, I don't deal with Harvey Elliott. Not my job, right? There are very well-paid physios and staff to help Harvey Elliott. It's not my job. I stay away from that. I also stay away from the managers. I don't need to talk to Jurgen Klopp. The only thing I would do is talk to Bielsa and say, look, I'm not sending him off because it's not a foul. It's not a red card anyway. You may want to take him off, though. You may want to take him off because he may not be in the right frame of mind to continue. Right? That's your decision, your judgment. I'm not sending him off, though. That is the only conversation I have with the dugouts. Jurgen doesn't talk to me. I don't talk to Jurgen. If Jurgen wants to talk to me after the game. Talk to my fourth official. That is what he's there for. If you have an issue, the fourth official can radio, speak to me and say, look, Jurgen's really unhappy about this. Well, he wants to know why you've given this. I can then give a brief explanation of my decision. That can get relayed to Jurgen. That is the job of the fourth official. Right? The fourth official is there for many things. To ensure that the dugouts don't kill each other, to ensure that substitutions are made correctly, all of that stuff. He's basically a liaison officer. The fourth official in the Premier League, especially of these managers, is a liaison officer. Basically, it's a counsellor / security guard. Right? That's it. That's his job. I don't talk to Jurgen. Right? Let me make that clear first of all. The scissor element, it's not a scissor tackle. There's no way that is a scissor tackle. I've seen scissor tackles before, and they're fucking leg breakers. He broke his ankle, not his leg. Right? If that was a scissor tackle, he would have snapped his leg in half. Right? Let's just I understand Liverpool fans are emotional and upset, and the vast majority of Liverpool fans, and I must say this, have been brilliant. They've been excellent. Right? They've been very understanding. They understand that it was a complete freak accident. Then you've obviously got some idiots that are comparing this to drop kicking a baby in the head in a supermarket. That's ridiculous. Saying this sort of shit's illegal, and then going after saying that he should be in prison for it. I mean, Jesus Christ, how much more shit do you want to talk? Especially coming from someone who is unqualified. He's not a referee. He's never been a referee. So he's an unqualified idiot giving these stupid opinions. And it sort of shows with some of the shit he's coming out with. But the vast majority of Liverpool fans have been absolutely brilliant. They understand that it's a complete freak accident and that these things happen in life. That's fair. Fair enough to me. But some are fucking idiots. Ravi says, how can the refs be more consistent in your opinion? It's very difficult. It's very difficult to have consistency because I've always said this. I said this last season. A lot of the rules are up for interpretation. Now, me as a referee, may interpret it different to Mike Dean or Mike Oliver. We may view it differently. So I feel that the laws of the game have too much wiggle room. They have too much leeway. I can interpret it differently to Mike Dean or Mike Oliver, or you know, I can interpret it very differently to those two, and they can interpret it different to other people. So I think that's the issue. These rules are way up for interpretation. They need to be more concise. I think they need to be more black and white, shall I say. I think they need to have more in them. But I think they've improved. And I will say this. I think the refereeing from last season to this season has improved. I've also been much happier with VAR. I think VAR is working much better. Of course, we still get some of these decisions like this, where the majority of the country are disagreeing with it. But I think as a whole, I think refereeing has improved. I think consistency has also improved. So we're not there yet, of course, but they get trained every week. They're basically run like a football club, these referees. So I think, yeah, they're getting there. By no means are they perfect yet, but can anyone tell me a player who is perfect or anyone that's perfect is not true. Thoughts on Houghton being sat now? Sad and mad, but to be fair, they're bottom of the league, aren't they? They're bottom of the league. And look, I love Chris Houghton. I think he's a brilliant manager, coach. Unfortunately, when your team's bottom of the league and there looks like, and there doesn't look like there's going to be that ability to fight through it, unfortunately, you probably will lose your job. That's just parcel of football, isn't it? It's part of football. So yeah, sad. But unfortunately, when your team's bottom of the league, you can't really be overly surprised by that. Kenny also say doesn't think it was a red card. Now, can this sort of thing be appealed? It was appealed. That's the thing. This was appealed, and the FA have said no. We're sticking with the 3-match ban. So Pascal's now suspended for 3 matches. Harvey Elliott has come out, and we'll actually go through what Harvey Elliott has said, because I've got the clip, not the clip, but the quote here. Harvey said it wasn't his fault whatsoever. Neither was it a red card, just a freak accident. That is from Harvey Elliott on Pascal's red card and the FA sticking up with it, which is, I think, mad. It is mad. They shouldn't have stuck with it. It's not a red. It was not a red card. It wasn't even a foul. Anyone better than Sunday League referees, some of them? Yeah, some of them are shocking. And they failed in the appeal. They did fail in the appeal. Sonny is a right knob. I know, right, Kenny? Kenny, when I actually think that your footballing opinions are better than someone's, that's when they really should reevaluate their lives. But no, I love Kenny. Kenny's brilliant. I'll defend Kenny half the time. The players did not mean it. You can see it he was gutted after. Yeah, of course. Which is why I said I'd have the conversation with Bielsa and go, look, I'm not going to send him off. You might want to take him off because he don't look too good, does he? That's the sort of conversation I'll be having. And I wouldn't even tell Jurgen Klopp a thing. I wouldn't speak to Jurgen until after the game. He's going to be a very emotional manager. He always is. And I don't need that shit when I'm refereeing. Not anything against Jurgen. I just have shit to do. Not even a red, to be honest with you. I agree with him. I completely agree. Should the ref in the game be interviewed after a game? No. Maybe. If it was done by the right person. So if referees wanted to be interviewed, get them interviewed by a former referee. That is the best way. Heck, I'll even do it myself. If they're willing to be interviewed, I'm willing to interview them. Because the reason I don't want the media doing it is because would the media ever credit a good performance? So, for example, we'll get into this, but Tanganga's red card. Would the media go, you sent off Tanganga, that seemed like a really good decision, well done, John Moss? The media wouldn't do that. The media would be like, why wasn't this done? Why wasn't that done? Why wasn't this done? Why wasn't that done? If you had someone who could be balanced and fair to interview these referees, I think you'd get a lot more. I think you'd get a lot better decisions. So I think you need to have the right people interviewing these referees, because the job's a very difficult job. As I said, I'm willing to do it myself. The thing is, you have to have balance. And this is the thing that I think the media are lacking, which is why I think why we're seeing a lot more YouTube content creators like myself popping up and doing these things, because you need that balance. You need that positive, the praising of good decisions, the reacting to the bad decisions. Of course, there needs to be accountability, but we need to find a way of making that so that the referees don't feel like they're being interrogated after every single game because of the decisions they're making. So we need to find a balance, and we need to make sure that it's not the Sun interviewing these referees. So we all know what the Sun's like. So that's all I'll say on that. Yes, I think they should be interviewed, but no, I don't think it should be done by the Sun. I think it should be done probably by a former referee, someone who understands what it's like to be in the middle of that pitch, a Howard Webb, a Clattenburg, a referee that understands how it feels to be in the middle of a match. Graham Poll would even be a good one. I mean, that man gave one person 3 yellow cards. So get these types of people interviewing, because I think they'll offer more of a balance than we would if Sky were to do it. Because Sky would just do it, they'll be like, click, 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 sorted. No, that's not what that's not what I want anyway. I frankly, I don't give a shit about the clicks. I want the in-depth. I want the thought process. I want to understand what's been given. I don't want, oh my God, this referee's just said this because we're Sky Sports and we're about to fuck Carragher up the ass, or Neville and Carragher are about to suck each other off. I want the context. I want the in-depth thought. I want the analysis. I want all of these things that Sky can't possibly offer me at the moment, because none of them know how to referee a game unless they were to get a Howard Webb or Mark Clattenburg into the studio to do the interview. Simple. But I would love them to be interviewed, but not by Sky or BBC or any of them, to be honest. I like how BT have refs you through the game. So do I. I just wish it was a better referee they had. But, you know, yeah, credit to them. They do have a referee's input, and that is always good. But he's not the greatest referee of all time. His decision making clearly is a bit dodgy. Aaron says, might be a theory that the FA are protecting their big name clubs at all cost. No, they're just stupid. The FA just cannot. They don't understand the context of refereeing. They're idiots. Yep, Harvey admitted it wasn't his fault. I also put Sonny in his place. How the hell did you do that? I mean, I hope you joined the line, because there's about 50, probably at least 5,000 people that want to put him in this place first. Refs say they don't want to be interviewed because they'll only get interviewed about their poor decisions. Exactly what I just said. They would never get asked about their good decisions. Mike Dean said that. Yeah. And I understand Mike Dean completely on the terrace. But when I say how, that doesn't mean what platform did you put him in his place. Right? It means how did you, Aaron Chandler, put Sonny into his place. Again, that's not how, that is what. That is what it was about. How did you simply do it? There's a difference how. How did you put him in his place? Credit to Harvey for saying what he said. Absolutely, Ravi. Absolutely. Moving on, though. Offside. Arsenal versus Norwich. Now, I don't think Aaron understands. Right, that's the platform. What did you say to Sonny to put him in his place? Jesus Christ, this is like talking to a toddler. Leicester Napoli is going to be very saucy. It is going to be saucy. I'll be watching it whilst doing the Liverpool show. So, Arsenal-Norwich, offside. Now, as you can see here, Brandon Williams is slide tackling Nicholas, I can't play football, Pepe. Now, at this precise moment, Aubameyang is offside. If the ball comes to him directly from this piece of play, Aubameyang is offside. Therefore, you cannot rule the goal as onside. That goal comes off, that's offside. Right. Are we all good with that? Excellent. So right now, Aubameyang is offside. But, and there's a but, Aubameyang is onside here. Now, Aubameyang is onside right here. Now, if this has come off cruel, it's fine. If this comes off Nicolas Pepe, this is fine. Basically, Aubameyang is onside. Looking directly from here, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is onside at this precise moment, right? He is behind the ball, right? And that's the key. Now, it doesn't matter who it... actually, if it came off cool, he would be offside still. But it comes off Pepe's foot, which means that this is a new phase of play, which means that Aubameyang is onside. Therefore, case sorted, done, sorted. Goal. It was correctly given, but he's gutting for Norwich. Now, this one. Kenny says, I'm confused about this one. That was obviously this one. I can see only just. He's onside. So, yeah. So, if I put it on the bigger screen, as you can see here, right, on this one, he is offside. Right, so if I was to draw a line from Aubameyang, right, I want a pen. Give me a pen. So if I was to, oh no, I want to go back. There we go. So if I was to draw a line from Aubameyang, right, Jesus Christ, it's crap. Work. Okay, maybe this won't work. Right. Pen. Excellent. So if I was to draw a line here, obviously, it's not a very straight line. Let's not get into semantics. He is technically offside, right? In either way you look at it, he's offside, right? So that would be classed as offside. If you go on to slide, nope, that's the other way. If we were to go here, as you can clearly see, ball is there. Aubameyang is behind the ball or in an onside position. And the fact that the ball comes off Nicolas Pepe's foot, as you can see right there, which means that Pepe is actually inadvertent, fuck all about it, played it to Aubameyang, and that's a goal, right? Sort of very simple, But he is onside, goal stands, correct decision made. Now this one, I'm not going to look at the Zaha Tanganga kerfuffle because, to be frankly honest, they were both little bitches. And in theory, both of them just need to reassess where they are in their lives and grow the fuck up. That is probably what I'd be telling them as a referee, as I could bandish my yellow card to both of them. Look, handbags, both being absolute twats. Just tell them to pack it in, give them a yellow card, fuck off. Now, what I do want to look at is what Tanganga then does 2 minutes after being booked. Not even long. It was 2 minutes after he had been booked. He decides to lunge in on a tackle on Ayew. Now, in his opinion, he pulled out. I don't know what he defines as pulling out, but that's not pulling out. That's him putting his foot on a player. Now, what doesn't help his case is, who is this guy? Oh, yes, that is the referee. Yes, Tanganga, you have just lunged in on a booking where the referee knows you now. The referee's got your number, right? The referee knows who you are. He's like, I booked him. I'll keep my eye on him. Same with Zaha. Ah, yes. So what do? In front of the referee, lunge in on tackle, don't get the ball, get 100% of the player and expect... He was like, I pulled out. Did you? Where did he pull out his leg? I don't see him pulling out. I see him going for the ball. He doesn't get the ball, of course. So he got the player. Quite easy. In front of the referee, he's got 100% of the player on a yellow card. Guess what? Hello, Jaffet. Here's your second yellow card, and now get the fuck off the pitch. Off you go. And then when he says I pulled out, give him the middle finger and just tell him to fuck off. Quite simply, because he's an idiot. He let his club down. Emotions got high. Nuno probably was one of the senior players should have smacked him in the face and been like, look, calm the fuck down. This was all on them. All on him. I swear to God, United fans are so bloody negative. Nice. Is this the type of decision why VAR is failing in the Arsenal game? Well, no, because VAR gave it as a goal. So therefore, they gave the correct decision. It was the correct decision. It wasn't offside. It wasn't offside. So in terms of that, it's clearly a goal, and the VAR got it right. Also, that's clearly red. Yeah, I don't even need to say much more on this. That is just clearly a red card. I think everyone in world football knows that. So next up, we move on to the Champions League. Now, there's a lot that happened in the Champions League. Kenny, Manchester United beat Young Boys 2-1. Oh, wait. I see. No, I'm joking. We're here to talk about the referee decisions in the Champions League, and there was a few that baffled me. Mainly the ones from Ben says, sorry to interrupt, but if you had to pick one team to win this weekend, who would it be, excluding Spurs, United, City, and Liverpool? Because I've already picked them, thinking Everton, but looking for advice. Who are they playing? Ooh, they're playing Villa. Ooh. Team to win. Or Everton Villa at Villa Park. That's a close one. That's a close one. Everton's a good shout. Everton is a good shout. I do rate what they're doing under Rafa. Who else is playing this weekend? Oh, I meant Wolves, not Everton. Sorry. Wolves. Who are Wolves playing? Let's have a little gander. Wolves are playing Brentford. That's another tough one. Yeah. I'd go with that. Wolves, Brentford. Brentford's a tough one. Brentford are a tough one. No, you pick a different team each week. I used Spurs, Wolves. Yeah, Brentford, Wolves. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Yeah. I'd go with that. Kenny will be good at this. He's in the comments. He'll definitely help with this. If not, Norwich will beat Watford. I'm sure of it. City pen baffled me. We'll get into that, don't worry. Can Liverpool win games without playing Virgil van Dijk at times? Well, last night proves yes. Yes, you can. Especially against some of the smaller sides. You don't need him every game. Leeds United, they'll batter Newcastle tomorrow. Why did you go Spurs? They play Chelsea. Yeah, that makes sense. Arsenal should have taken Maffei, who would have got more out of them. I agree. Nope, I haven't used Chelsea, but I wouldn't say them against Spurs. Oh, and they will beat Spurs. I've no doubt about it. Should. I love how my optimism was high, and then straight away it's like, actually maybe they won't. But no, in terms of this, Champions League should be really interesting. So let's get into this. So this one, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, more like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What the fuck have you done? Right, on this one, you get 0 of the ball, 100% of player. On the ankle, yeah, that's a red card. How do you even debate this? How? He's gone over the ball onto the ankle. I'm confused. How do you not give this as a red card? It's simple. It's a red card. Very, very simple. Now, what you probably should be doing is punching Wan-Bissaka in the face in the dressing room. Be furious. Be furious with it. That's a red card every day. It's a red card every day, every minute of the day. That's a red card. How you argue. He's gone over the ball, studs up. Well, shall I say blades up or whatever the fuck they're using for AstroTurf. studs up onto the player's foot. Well, hello. Yeah, it's a red card. Quite simple. But yeah, what does Ollie do to stop these tricky losses? Yesterday, well, Tuesday, really easy. Really, really easy. You take off Fred, bring on Matic, have Donny and Matic in midfield, keep with the back four, put Bruno onto the right wing, put Bruno onto the left wing, take off Pogba, put on Greenwood for the right wing, keep Ronaldo up front. Ronaldo, Greenwood, Bruno gives you that presence going forward where young boys can't push you back. As they're like, if we leave all of this space, Mason Greenwood and Bruno are going to ravage our arseholes. That's what they would do. So they would have to still drop a bit deeper. And guess what? It gives you still somewhat of a focal point. All Ollie needed to do was take out his 10. Right? Take out the 10 role, move the 10 to either wing, bring on Greenwood, take off Pogba, bring on Matic instead of Fred, and shore up that way. Didn't need to play 3 at the back against young boys. Didn't need to try and cry and all of that. So that's what I'd have done. That's what I'd have done. Kenny says, Poya, red card. Yeah, it's a red card. AWB can fuck off, which we've got Trippier now. Bruno's never really played on the wing, though. Well, I'm not asking him, Kenny, I'm not asking Bruno to play wing every week. I'm asking Bruno to play wing for 50 minutes in a match against young boys. If he can't do that, then maybe he shouldn't be a footballer. If he can't do that, take Bruno off and put on Greenwood then. Keep Pogba on the wing. Bruno could have played wing for 50 minutes against young boys. Ollie's just a clown, unfortunately for you lot. But Ollie is a clown, and Wan-Bissaka, idiot. Now, this one. This is a very tight offside. Now, obviously the one, I'll never be able to draw the line straight, but Jesus, that's less lad. So, oh no, we're not going to try drawing the line. Jesus, it went badly enough for us last time. All right. So, can't really get it straight. It'll be something like that. I mean, he's pretty much online. He's pretty much... You can't give that as offside. You just can't give that as offside. Because I think you need... You need that... Yeah, no. Because when they do it, they'll do a bigger line. I think that's what the Premier League are doing anyway. I don't know about UEFA, but that... Nah, that's... For me, I think his leg there is just trailing in. I think his leg there is just trailing in. So yeah, that's my viewpoint. Very simple. I just want to quickly talk about that one. This one, handball, no way. It's come off Ferran Torres' head. How you give that as a penalty, I'll never know. That's not a penalty. Quite simple, really. It is, yeah, his arms in an unnatural position. He's just jumped. He's using his arms as balance. Believe it or not, you can't have your hands behind your back going, ooh, 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 ooh. No, not working. So I think the referee's had a fucking howler here. That was never a handball. It's come off Torres' head. It's come off Torres' head onto his arm. Too close. It's not even... the gap is probably that between the two players. You can't give that. Seriously, you cannot give that. That sort of shit makes me mad, right? That's not a handball. And that's it. That is it. So let me just go. What I'm going to do is I will put the link into... Stop sharing. So what I'll do now is I'll put the link into the chat. So if any of you lot want to come on and ask about anything, talk about anything, then we can. We've got about 20 minutes. Ideally, I want to keep it for an hour. But if you do want to come on, you are welcome to talk about anything that you so wish, provided, of course, provided that it provided that it makes sense. So we are joined by Kenny. Sup, Kenny? How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing.
I can hear you. Now I can. How are we doing?
I'm doing as good as I can be while we lost the young boys. But
Well, yeah. Is it true Naldo knocked out a lady in front of young boys? If that's true, that's disgusting.
I cannot confirm nor deny this.
Young innocent boys having to watch Ronaldo violently attack a lady. That is disgusting. No, I'm joking. But yes, don't forget also Saturday, we're going to do a brand new stream starting at 2:30, right up until 5 o'clock. It's going to be something very interesting. So do keep your eyes out for that. Kenny might be with me if he can so give us his time. I checked, United aren't playing, so we're safe-ish. And that one down there might be giving us something from a stadium. So just to keep your eyes out. Also, Sundays, 10 p.m, fan cams. What we're going to do, instead of doing match reactions after every game, what we're going to do is on a Sunday at 10 p.m, you can call into the show at one at a time. I'll let one at a time. You can talk about your club. You can talk about your team. Say what you want, and then you feck off. Right? It's quite good. You get you get your 5 minutes of fame. Talk about your club, then you piss off like they do on 606 as well. So we're a couple of new things coming up there. So do keep your eyes out for that as well. No, like 606. We won't have idiots on like the terrace.
Like Sonic.
Well, I can confirm nor deny that Sonny is a fucking muppet. Niall, did you see a latest Sonny clip? Yes, Jurgen Klopp has tarnished his legacy with LFC Sonny because he's played Origi.
That's what I challenged him on the terrace last night after the Liverpool match. That's what I challenged him on.
I thought Origi actually played quite well.
I thought Aaron had dodgy footballing opinions, but apparently nothing comes to Sonny.
Well, his team...
Literally, I said live on the terrace, whoever Sonny's dealer is, keep me away from that smoking shit.
His team plays Doncaster away on Saturday.
Yeah, Doncaster away. Up the mighty Morecambe. Ravi says, Niall, I think Naby and Origi were decent. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I thought both had a good game. I actually thought Origi had a better game than Firmino normally does. So who am I to judge Jurgen Klopp? I mean, he's paid a lot more than me. He's probably smarter at football than me. Ravi, they were both very good. All I saw on media was Naby and Origi out, which was silly. Yeah, Valve, they are very silly people. What about the Vardy offside now? I didn't check it. I didn't have time. I did all of this. Oh, excellent. You can show us in a second then. Max says, big up my bros and Valve's lover Kenny. How you all doing? Up the fucking Tigers. Kenny, we found Sonny's uncle in the Liverpool game. Oh, yeah, fat aging man. With a dodgy trim as well. And he was booing Jurgen Klopp because he started Origi. Also, Sonny is like more hated within the Liverpool fan base more than anything. But Kenny, if this shows porn or anything, I'll be very angry with you.
It's the Vardy offside from Leicester versus Man City. I just want your view on it because I mean, I'll zoom in on it. I'll try to anyway.
It's okay. I'll put it on large screen.
What's a ball?
The problem is that City players knee. I'm really confused.
No, he's offside.
Oh my God.
If you look at where the pitch is cut, because ironically where they're stood, it's almost a perfect position. So Diaz, look at where his shoulder is. It's probably in line with Vardy's number, right? The rest of Vardy's body is offside. Oh, you're looking at Fernandinho. Yeah, same.
Ooh.
He's offside. His knee will be offside.
I can see a little bit. Just what was confusing me is that
Yeah.
Fernandinho's like arm and knee.
Yeah, his knee's offside. to put it as politely as possible, his knee is offside.
Do they do it that specific though anymore? Do they do it that specific?
Yeah. So they'll still draw the lines. We don't get shown the lines anymore. But they do the I think the defender's line or the attacker's line doubly as thick or something. And if they're touching, that's classed as okay for the attacker. Basically, giving the attacker more leeway.
First, I can't stay. I've got to go because I'm literally in the middle of my first game of the season on Huddersfield on FIFA 19. But I'll be back for the EFL show. First 11, 6 p.m. And yeah, I'll be back to preview the Morecambe game along with Plymouth Argyle versus AFC Wimbledon, a host of other League One and League Two games. Let's see how Bristol Rovers lose this week. And I'll see you guys on the first 11 at 6 p.m.
Perfect.
Wellens just been sacked.
Wellens should be sacked. I do agree with you, young man. Ravi says Max Napoli are a hard team to beat, as Liverpool found out. Yeah, look, it should be an interesting game. But I think we've covered everything. I do think we've covered everything. Don't forget Saturday 2:30. Me and hopefully this one will be providing you a score centre. Let's talk Premier League score centre. The overlay is ready. We are ready. So it should be a really interesting day. Not that I'm going to try and tell Kenny to find an illegal stream to watch one of their matches, but I did not say that out in public, okay? Or multiple illegal streams. Max says more like Donny losing. That's a strong possibility. But yes, don't forget fan cams on Sunday to discuss, we'll have your say on your games. No matter who you support, it could be anyone. You can even talk about Doncaster if you want. Any of your thoughts you want to talk about, then let us join in. When is LTT? What the fuck is LTT? Let's talk tactics. That's not on this week. Also, is it just you and Kenny on the score thing? Maybe not. You're playing. You're playing. Max, you're at home, I'm pretty sure.
Are you going, Max?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his team's playing. Let me just double check. Yeah, they're the early kickoff. 12:30 kickoff. So if you're back in time, you can join us. But yeah.
That's cool. That could get smacked at 1-0.
Yeah, could be an interesting one. But let's talk tactics. Not happening this week. I spent a lot of. I got really motivated over the past couple of days for the channel, and I've just done a lot of the stuff that I wouldn't have had time if I was prepping for shows. So as you can see, we've got a new background that Kenny has rudely not said well done or it looks good. Which is quite rude. We've also got a new overlay at the bottom, as you can see. So I've done a lot of the visuals, a lot of the stuff there. Also, I've been thinking new shows that we're going to do as well next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is back to normality, and I've finished all the stuff I need to do, which I think I almost have done. To be honest with you, up the fucking Tigers! Let's get our first win since 4-1 over Preston. Bit mad. We are at home versus Blades at 12:30, and I have a Rovers game before at 9:30. But yes, I am Kenny. Nice. But we'll be back at 8 p.m. for the Liverpool show, discussing all the things with those Scousers, which should be a really interesting one. Then tomorrow, Chelsea show, United show, of course, and Saturday we got Let's Talk Premier League Score Centre, followed by Villa Everton. And then on Sunday, we've got West Ham, Man U, Spurs, Chelsea, Juventus, Milan, and then followed by fan cams at the end of the weekend. Ravi says, now, how has Reece James been robbed of his European medals? Some thug took his safe, which makes me question how good his safe was. But, you know, you shouldn't really be able to lift a safe like that. But I'm not going to question how big or good his safe was. It was still disgusting. I have a half marathon in a couple of weeks, and I'll be wearing an inflatable tiger that looks like I'm riding it like a horse. So I send a picture to you if you want a better look. Go for it, Max. Go for it. But Kenny, where can they find you?
You can find me at Ronaldo here on Twitter, Kenny United on Twitch, and Kenny TV on YouTube, where later on, hopefully today, I'll be doing Premier League predictions for this game week with Lewis, Perry. So yeah, that should be fun. We're doing it weekly.
Nice. And make sure you check that out. What time?
It's anywhere from now to like 8. Like I don't know.
Fuck you know. I was just trying to help you get more views so they know when to come over to your channel to find it. But just go subscribe. It'll be better for you. As I said, we're back at 8 p.m. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. And peace out.